Hey, Dabo, it's Chapel. Scholarship-wise, I know you talked about over the summer you had a few open spots. Have you decided who to give those out to? I think that was something you said you do during preseason camp.
No, we only had one open spot, and we put Chap Pendergrass on. We just had one. We were at 86 in May, and we had two guys leave that put us at 84, so we had one spot. And it went to Chap.
Anybody else for Coach?
Yeah, I'll ask another one here. Dabo, what was the mindset behind putting Moffa at starting kick returner? What did he show you there? And any concerns at all at having a starting running back there? Are you okay with how that workload might shake out?
It's just another carry. I mean, just another touch. C.J. Spiller was a starting running back around here and our starting kick returner for years, and Shipley was a starting running back and starting returner, and so that's something we've done for years. We just put the best guy back there. I mean, it's no different than handing him the ball. It's just actually it's easier because you got more open space to run. It's just like another run play if you get the opportunity. But we got multiple guys that we really want to see in the return game at some point. And but Moffa, and especially in a game like that, he's the guy that we absolutely trusted. Under pressure to make the right decisions at the right time in a game like that.
And have you seen the competition among receivers that you wanted to this week to the point where we may see somebody else running out for those first three on Saturday?
Man, they all compete every day. I see it every week. They compete every day, and then hopefully we'll compete within the game too, and we'll just continue hopefully to get better.
No, but this is Larry. I know late in camp you said you wanted to see more out of the depth at the inside backer positions. Just curious for your take on Kobe. I mean, I know he only played 2 snaps, but just your assessment of the depth behind Barrett and Wade.
Yeah, Kobe and Sammy are the next two, but we didn't play a lot of snaps, so we had our best guys in the game, and again, it wasn't a game that warranted a ton of substitutions, but we feel good about. Kobe is 3. He's definitely 3 right now. As far as he's a very dependable guy that we trust, and made one great play on a mistake by another player and went and got a guy down on the ground. So I was proud of that. But it wasn't a situation where we had guys playing a million plays and long drives where you really worried about substitution at that position. Barrett and Wood has held up great, but we got a long season to go, and we feel good about Kobe and Sammy and D and Jamal, being ready to roll when we need them.
Hey Dabo, this is Grayson with TigerNet. Is there an update you're able to provide on Marcus Tate? I know you said Sunday he's okay, but how is he held up through the next couple practices?
Yeah, he's getting better each day, for sure.
To see out of the running backs behind Moffa this week?
Well, I hope they get more opportunity. They didn't get really an opportunity to do much in the past game. So, and again, that comes down to sustaining some drives and getting in a rhythm. And so what I hope to see is just more opportunity from them. And then we can go from there.
You were talking about Kobe. Were you talking about that play to the outside that wasn't his responsibility where he made the tackle?
Yeah, he did a nice job. Nice job going and getting that guy on the ground.
What was supposed to happen? I guess.
Yeah, I'm not going to diagnose it for you and put a guy on blast, but that wasn't his responsibility. He just went and got a guy on the ground, but we had a mistake on the play, and he went and gave us a chance to play defense.
Dabo, how do you think the new special team, just the ability of more people being able to help out directly with them, showed up in that first game? What do you like from that unit? Could you kind of see the impact of having more guys just working directly one-on-one with everybody on those units now?
Yeah, I've seen it all through fall camp. I mean, just a lot of scrutiny, a lot more intensity in practice and what's going on, and then certainly a lot of eyes on game day and guys that can coach and correct and get the next group ready and so go get guys and things like that. That's been good. And, you know, the number one thing that we got to get better in this year in special teams is field goal. And so, you know, that was a positive. We were off last year. Our first field goal was blocked, and I think the second one was blocked, and we got off to a tough start. So that was a positive. And, you know, really was just pretty much a, you know, kind of a draw, if you will, on special teams. I mean, they made the long field goal, but, you know, our net punt average was, you know, solid. The kick return was pretty good. We were probably one block away. We had one guy not quite get his guy, but, you know, effort and, you know, everybody buying into what we need to get done was good. But was the biggest thing we got to do is we got to be better, you know, with field goals, especially early in the season. So that was good to see no one go out there in that environment and, you know, make his first ever field goal. That was good.
Anyone else for Coach?
Yeah, I think Patt-Henry played 15 snaps. What do you like about his versatility, holding up at the point of attack in the run game, and also?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big athletic, you know, kid. He's really bought into the physicality of the position, and he's super talented with the ball in his hands, especially after the catch. But you know, he's a really, you know, dynamic young talent. So just, you know, one of those guys. We got a great room. That's a really, really good room for sure. There, you know, starting with Brenny. I mean, Brenny's a special talent, but all those guys behind him are you know, prepared to go in there and get the job done. But really proud of Olsen. I thought he did some good things in the run game, you know, from a physicality standpoint, and you know, he's got a chance to continue to build on that and have a good year.
Collin Sadler called an extended role on Saturday. Just what did he show you in that time, and how has he probably improved from his freshman year?
Who was that?
Collin Sadler, sorry.
Oh, Sadler. Yeah, I mean, Sadler's. I mean, he had one bad play where he just got the call wrong. But Sadler's a dude. I mean, he's a really, really good player. He can play 4 positions for us, and he's tough. He's physical. I mean, he's a redshirt sophomore now. I mean, he's really coming into his own. We feel really good about, first of all, how the whole offensive line played and how they matched up. We feel really good about that. And we feel good about our depth there. And so, you know, Sadler's a guy that you know, if we look at him as a starter. So whether he runs out there first or not, I mean, he's a guy that is going to play starter reps for us.
I know last year, I think you guys decided after 1 or 2 games to take the red shirt off Hannafin just because of how good he was on special teams. Did you see anything against Georgia that's led you in that direction for any freshmen this year in terms of making a decision on redshirt status just off one game or how they've done early?
No, I mean, you know, again, we didn't play a lot of guys in that game, so you know, we're early in the season. We're evaluating, and you know, we got plenty of time. We've got up to 4 games before we have to, you know, decide, and you may even have more than that because again, a lot of guys didn't play in that game last week. So, you know, some that did, you still got a few games, but those that didn't, you still got 4 more games before you got to make a decision. And that's even if they play in a game or 2, you know, coming up. So plenty of time to figure all that stuff out. And you know, but I love the ability to be able to do that throughout the season and not have to make a hard decision at the beginning of camp. I think that's been a great rule change for college football.
Anyone else for Coach?
Talking to some of the players this week, they've really mentioned how much Cade Klubnik's voice after the Georgia game made such an impact. I'm curious how you've seen that translate on the practice field this week with that kind of energy. Yeah,
Cade's been the same guy every day. That's one of the things that I really like about him. I mean, he's a guy that's been since January. It doesn't matter. You would never know, you know, the difference in one day to the next. I mean, whether you – and that's a great step for him. whether you're coming off a big win, a tough loss, you know, or you got an open date. I mean, he's come out to practice. He's really bought into, you know, every rep and every practice, you know, having a game mindset, you know, because if you practice that way, you don't have to do anything different on game day. And so he's done a great job and has really stepped up as a leader for us. And, you know, he was great after the game and, you know, right back at it. You know, his spirit, his attitude, his leadership is exactly what you want to see. You know, from not just him, the whole team is that way as far as, you know, back to work. And, you know, you can't let one game ruin your season. I mean, we got a long way to go. And every week is, you know, a great opportunity for us in college football. Every week is opening day, you know, and that we got to have that same type of fire and excitement to go compete, get better, and find a way to win a game.